so many people interested in our strawberry roots. So I wanted to show you what they are and how to plant them and how to care for them so you would have good success with getting them at home. So there's two types of strawberry plants that you need to know about. One is the June bearer. This is the one that people are most familiar with because it would be the ones you would come to our farm and pick in July. We also have an everbearing, and that strawberry is going to produce berries in July, but it'll turn around again and produce again in the fall. Whereas the June bearer will only produce once in the season. So this is what a bare root looks like. It's going to have a crown on the top. It's going to have bare roots on the bottom. This has been kept frozen from our supplier, which our suppliers are coming in out of either California or Nova Scotia. So this plant has been frozen and kept frozen all winter long, and it is now ready to plant. So we're going to take our plant and we're going to want to make sure that our roots are going as straight down as they possibly can. So what I do is I've got it in a pot, but you're going to plant it outside. This is not something you need to start inside and grow and then plant out. You can plant it out, and it can be planted right now. So I take the roots, I wrap it around my fingers, so I kind of have it like that, and then I push it down into the pot. And then you would see that the crown is the only part that's showing above the pot, and the roots are all down in the pot. So we want the roots as straight down as we possibly can. So the only thing that's really, really susceptible to frost is the blossoms. So as long as your strawberry is just growing, and from this bare root to a blossom, we're at least a month away. So they can be planted in the ground right now. If your soil is warm and ready, no snow on it, it is time for you to potentially plant your strawberry plants. You want to get them in within the next month for sure. So if you start to see blossoms and you have a risk of a frost, then you'd want to cover your plants to protect them. But otherwise, the plant itself is very, very hardy. So we've got our plant planted. Now I'm going to give it a really good water, and I'm going to use a fertilizer with it. So I've got it out in my garden. Remember, I'm not planting it in the pot just for this demonstration, but I've got it planted out in my garden, and I'm going to water it in. So I'm going to make sure that it gets a really good drink of water, and I'm going to put fertilizer with it. So I'm going to use something like Miracle-Gro, a 20-20-20. So you want something that's got a really high first number in the combination of numbers, because that's its nitrogen. And the strawberry bare root is going to go from this to this in a relatively short period of time, so it needs lots of nitrogen. Then I'm going to make sure that if it's not getting any moisture from above, that I'm giving it at least a ½ inch of moisture every week, and every other week I am going to make sure that I fertilize it. You will get strawberries off your plants this year. If it's a June bearing strawberry, you're going to quit fertilizing. You're not going to quit watering, but you're going to quit fertilizing at the end of August or at the into September, and you're going to let that plant go into dormancy. You want it to be ready to have its sleep. You do not want it growing gangbusters into the fall. If you choose to get the ever-bearing strawberry, you're going to want to keep fertilizing it as long as it's producing fruit. So you're going to have fertilizer into September, but October you're going to cut it off and not let it fertilize anymore. Then about the end of October, you're going to cover your plants up. Straw is the very best covering, but you can use any organic matter that you're getting out of your yard. So grass, leaves, things to give it a cover. And then once it's got, at the end of October, you're going to get it all covered up, and then it'll go to sleep, and it'll wake up again in the spring when this ground starts to warm up, and it'll start growing again. So you should have good success with overwintering these plants. These are exactly the plants that we grow in our gardens and have you come and pick at our farm. So thanks so much. If you have any questions, by all means, leave a message below. If you're looking for strawberry plants, we have them available now and will for about a month. You need to make an appointment to come and get them in April, but by May we will be open for regular hours. Remember that farms and greenhouses have been considered an essential service. We do have specialty techniques and methods we're using for making sure everything's sanitized and safe here at the farm. So we'll look forward to seeing you when you have a chance to come.